Hello. Hello. Raagavi, can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Okay. Hi, George. How are you?
I'm good. How's your weekend going?
Yeah, weekend is kind of okay. I still have a deadline next week, so I'm working on it.
All right. Would you be able to switch on your camera or?
Yeah, fine. Just one
Sure.
second.
Yep.
Yeah. How are you?
Okay. Good. Good. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, right. So we'll start off. So this is basically a casual session, maybe. So again, I just want to mention this. Since we are building this community, it takes a lot of effort initially to for us to share that there is a lot of value that we are trying to build here. So
Okay.
even though initially there won't be much participation in the meetings or maybe in the invite, we do this and slowly, I think people will understand value and
The
then people will
importance of it. Yeah.
support such a community. So ultimately, we are trying to help these international students with various problems, and
Mm-hmm.
maybe this can become as a good space moving future when there are more students join. So one
Okay.
initiative that we are trying to do is I've spoken to one of our mentor
Mm-hmm.
exactly on how to grow the community forward. So he gave this interesting scenario where uh, whenever a group, maybe a Facebook group or a WhatsApp group, when the members of the group save their all the members in their respective names rather than the numbers, the phone numbers, that's when
Okay.
the community really becomes strong. Meaning, like each of us must know each other in a community so that we stay connected and
Yeah.
it makes it relevant for us to build this community. Yeah. So that's also one initiative that we are trying to do is getting to speaking with our members, speaking with our active members specifically, and understanding how their journey was. Uh, exactly like initially, right from you joining this for this particular program, how the whole
Mm-hmm.
maybe 1 year course was. I think right now you are trying to get to the post study work visa thing, trying to
Exactly.
find a
Yeah.
job, all those. So maybe you can share that, and then so that maybe some of maybe people are not there on the chat right now or the meeting right now, but we'll again share this with the community, and they can also get value out of it. Yeah. So that is a brief on what exactly we are doing. It will be a 20-minute session
Mm-hmm.
on this particular interview. So initially, I think you can give a small introduction, and
Okay.
then we'll go from there.
Introduction as in what I'm doing right now. Is that what you want
Yes,
to know?
yes, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Actually, Georgie, my story is like I initially tried MSc management course or MSc marketing course. I plan to apply for the Ireland. I even got that, but eventually I decided like for management related courses, it's better in UK. So that's when I just applied for 6 universities, and of which I chose Manchester, where I want to come study. So I actually wanted to study in 2021 to 2022, that academic year, but due to the pandemic, I had to defer. So I deferred it, and came last year and about to complete right now. I'm in the phase of searching job so that once I get a full-time role, like I am looking job into management consulting domain right now. So I'm open to work, especially for boutique and allied boutique companies. So I'm looking for opportunities in that field. So yeah, this is about my brief profile if you want to ask.
Just out of curiosity, right now you're doing your master program, and you would have done your bachelor. So in between, have you worked or?
Yeah, I did
Yeah.
work for 2.5 years. Like initially, I did my BTech Chemical Engineering from Anna University, Chennai.
Okay.
Then I worked for an American MNC called Dow Chemical Company for almost a year as an
Okay.
automation engineer. Then I took a break. Why I took a break is I was preparing for CAT exam. So I
Okay.
took a break for nearly 6 months. Then eventually I started to apply for international universities. That's when I got this offer. So I was like let us not sit idle, and because I got this decision by February or March, so I had time till September that year. So let us not sit idle and just work, for some company which is related to management. So that's why I started to work as a product analyst for a product management team in a company called Suleka. So I happened to work only for 6 months, but eventually pandemic happened, so I had to defer. So I worked for nearly 1.5 years in the same company. So I quit my job from a product analyst role last August, and last September I came here. So I nearly have like you, 2.5 years of work experience.
Got it. So you mentioned that you are currently looking for a management consulting company.
Role, yeah.
Can you share some thoughts on why exactly you want to go to a management consulting profession? What made you curious about this particular profession? And one more thing that I want to know is, so primarily the specific domain of management consulting, at least to my knowledge, is mostly known to the IITs and IIM guys, at least in India. And I think I'm talking about the top-notch consulting companies. And just want to know how you came across this particular concept, and then how did you research in terms of where you want to go? So have you spoken to any management consultants previously on understanding the job profile as a whole, so that you rose your curiosity in joining such a company?
So initially, I did not have the idea of management consulting at all. I just, previously and all, we randomly just, based on a personality, what role fits in. That even that time I got consulting, but I didn't research much about it. But after coming to the UK, after the first semester, when we start searching, for the career aspect, like which role or which domain we want to work for, that's when I started my research. Like me and my friends over here, we itself had a team. Like, okay, some wanted to be in marketing, some wanted to be as a project management, so some wanted to be a product managers, and some were like a management consulting. So that's when I was like, management consulting is more of a client facing role. It is like your client will come, and you mostly handle with B2B companies. So your client will come with some of the issues. It requires some problem solving and analytical skills, which is also kind of relatable to my previous transferable skills that I possess right now. And initially, from consulting perspective view, it's very crucial for a business management stream. Because why? Because you will not be in a particular domain. There are different forms of management consulting. Like, you'll get to work in a aerospace domain, sometimes for IT domain, sometimes for retail domain, everything. So based on the projects, you get to learn a lot of experience within a short span of time, because none of the consulting projects, it's like they are like short term. It's not like a year long project, except if it's a big project. So in a year, there are many chances, like you can, work in multiple 2-3 projects, and have within short span of time, Georgie, you can gain a lot of experience, knowledge, if you're working in a consulting domain. And I'm not very curious about the big top 4 BCG, everything. Why? Because I feel like boutique and allied boutique is a place where you also learn. It's not like you don't learn in big international companies, but the smaller the organization, the more your contribution would be, the more your voice would be heard, is what I feel. So, and the more we can, easily grasp and learn from other people as well. So, and also, easy to crack in, at least. Because in UK, some boutique companies are hardly like 200 to 300 employees, and it's easy to contact them, but there is again drawback in that. Why? Because since it's a small firm, they want only someone who have a previous consulting experience. So that also becomes a drawback over here. But if they just want a person who's ready to be an entry level job, then it's fine. So all these things come to picture. So I'm just looking right now for, as an entry level, there's a business analyst role. No matter where you work as a business analyst role, you'll get into that. or I'm especially focusing in transformation consultant or change management consultant right now. So yeah.
Got it. Okay. So you mentioned that again. You wanted to go to management consulting profile. Now, how are you preparing for the same? And I think again you mentioned on the previous question that you need a lot of analytical skills and also a lot of problem solving skills for this. And what you tried to say was every day or every project you'll be exposed to a new problem statement which will really keep you excited on your foot to tackle that and then solve it for that particular company or whichever company it is. Now, for that, what are the different practices or what are the different practices you are currently pursuing to get into that?
Georgie, the way a consultant works differs from company to company because it depends on the job profile the company is handling. And generally, if for example, there's a company called Q5 who handles exclusively on change management, organization change and culture. So their projects is like they have a certain protocol, like they call as a metro map. And their projects focus like on a day-to-day basis. I just saw YouTube videos like what is the role of a consultant or a junior level consultant initially. So on a day-to-day basis, you initially have your meetings with your colleagues, you understand what is the job done for the day, and then you have meetings also with your client. You have to do some research analysis work because for example, say there is a retail company coming to you and their IT management system, they are changing from this software to that software. So that smooth transition they want to happen. So in order to have a smooth transition, you either have to go and visit the client company, understand like how long, how big is the database, all those things. So often you have to meet your clients, take it in a step-by-step process. All these things are involved in a consulting role. So I got this idea based on seeing some YouTube videos initially and getting tutorials from that. Then consulting case interview comes as a preparation. For consulting companies, they give you a case study. The case study is literally the problem case which you have on a day-to-day basis. They say like for example, they give a case as in a pharmaceutical companies comes to you and they are planning to introduce a new product into the market. So is it this a right option or not? So you have to evaluate those things, so what are the factors which you see for evaluating those things? You see the demand for it, you see the market size, you see whether the company is having correct financial aid. So these are called the marketing case study interviews. So there is a different framework. So you have to, all these things come in the preparation of the consulting case interview. All these things also at least our team studied through the YouTube videos. There are certain websites who exclusively provide this. You have to pay for it, obviously. So if you don't want, there are some certain free YouTube videos also. So all these together, you have to prepare. And regarding the consulting company itself, I would say the right time is start from January itself. If you're if you're a graduate, you have no experience at all, then it's better to start the preparation right before you coming. At least have an idea like these are the consulting companies present in the UK and their graduate roles start from this time period. So once you come, you can start applying. Otherwise you have to wait for the entire year and apply next September only. So graduate roles often start very early. So it's always ideal, students get that time period between August, where they see for visa, caste letter and everything stuff. That it's also better to also start looking like what field you want to go into and what are the companies present in the UK and their graduate roles, because some companies provide graduate role which start from September, but for some companies the hiring starts only from June, July, August. So have the set of companies, have brief research about those companies, and right from there, that time itself, we can start networking with a lot of people in LinkedIn. For example, if you want to work in the same company, Q5, Just type in there, search people, start connecting with them, like I'm planning to know about this, that, this. So right when your network starts from your previous thing, your LinkedIn algorithm changes accordingly. Your search and networking people also search changes accordingly, and sometimes the higher the recruitment leaders put as a post. So once you connect with them only, you will get that post as well. So yeah, that also comes as your feed. So next time you can start searching. So all these things, why I'm knowing right now is I started at a later age. All these things, I did not know it initially because there was no one to guide me initially. They were like, just start networking, start networking. For us in the initial time of period, start networking is just our alumni, that's it. But to be honest, alumni don't help you at all. Some people help, but some people don't. At least 10% help, only 10%. Because we do, in my situation at least, I literally do not know where are my seniors right now, except few. So you can also network with the companies, employees who you want to contact. So all these things can be done.
All right. So we'll start with the same point that you just ended. So you mentioned that networking can really bring you a lot of value while you are searching for your new career option. So how to network? One you mentioned that alumni network is not that much strong. All right. So but ultimately we need to network in order to get the right job that we needed to. So what are the different options available, and what are the different avenues that you are currently pursuing for
I'm
your...
currently pursuing only LinkedIn, Georgie. The thing is that I would advise even students before coming to the respective university in the UK, it is better they update their profile, tell that they are going to be the management student. I mean, the title as management student or whatever this current year, academic year, and put the place, whichever place they are going to come, either London or Manchester, something like that. Automatically your algorithm changes and you'll get feed from there. Though I accept the server is Indian server and not a UK server, but sometimes you can, at least keep changing the places for time being, because once you then go to the company, search people, and I connect with the two kinds of people. I connect with the HR of the company, because by filtering itself you can see human resources or recruiter. And other filter is the domain which you want to work. For example, in my case, if it's consulting, I select consulting people, and those people, at least 5 to 10 people I start. So I say that I'm Raagavi, I'm doing this course in this university, I'm planning to apply for this post in this company, so I would like to know more about it. Please let me know. So I would like to connect with you. So automatically, at least out of 10, 2 people will connect with you, and then you can have a chat with them, like whatever you want to know. So these things is how I approach right now.
So my next question would be, specifically in the whole consulting domain, what is the trend like? Is there right amount of opportunity coming in? How are you understanding that? Whether you are seeing a lot of job opportunities being listed on LinkedIn or maybe on their website. So how do you understand that? Because market
There's
is
a lot of job opportunities for consulting, Georgie, but the tricky part is that they require some prior experience. No matter whatever experience you have in India, they want some prior experience in that field or some UK job market experience. That is why majority of the international students who come here are facing the initial trouble of securing a proper job. So for management consulting, at least, the trickiest part is they require some proper 3 years of experience from another management consulting team itself. So that is where things get kind of challenging here, I feel so.
okay. So uh, in management consulting, are these companies, I'm not talking about the big fours or anything, but the smaller or what you call it as boutique companies, are they really giving maybe internship opportunities or part-time opportunities for you so that you can get that experience in, and when something like that, maybe
For a
not
1-year
even...
course, Georgie, getting an internship over here is very difficult, to be honest. Even recently, someone advised me there are certain courses where, even in a 1-year course, you get the 10 months period as a academic syllabus and 2 months as an internship. People are advising these days to take that such kind of courses. At least the last 2 months you'll get 1 month at least you'll get an internship, and through that you can easily move into the company. But if it is an entire 1 year, it's an academic year, it's going to be very difficult, because why we have the band length of 20 hours a week. We can't work more than 20 hours a week, even if you're an intern. So that itself is the first major challenging part.
Right. Understood.
So yeah, that internship during an academic year securing is very difficult. You can work as an apprentice. You can say like you can give me projects, I can work for free if you get an opportunity like that.
Volunteering thing, I think you can secure. But yeah, so my point was like ultimately these companies are only looking for the experience that you have, and if you have an experience, I think you have an edge over that. So that is the fundamentally.
But they are willing to give you internship even after your academic year. Even after your academic year, you can say like I would work as an internship for 6 months. So you will be an intern for that company 6 months, but after 6 months, they might take you or they may not.
They may not.
So you can also, but even if that internship is only after you complete your academic studies.
Got it. All right. Again, I want to touch upon the networking aspect once again. Now, you mentioned about the networking aspects in on LinkedIn and how you are utilizing that. You're reaching out to these management consulting companies to their HRs and so on. Now, so how is the offline networking scenarios? I don't know if you are active in that scene, but are there opportunities post COVID where there are folks meeting in actively together as a community or as a networking opportunities? How is that?
Here, I don't know. There is nothing that, there are occasions where the university itself arranges some companies coming. They say that some companies are coming today, you can come and have. Georgie, to be honest, that is total waste. Why? Because company recruiters come, they just market their companies. I am saying big companies even like IBM, Unilever, Nestle. They just market their companies, and we at that time what we do is we just collect their LinkedIn ID so that we can have a personal connect with them. But after that, they don't even respond. That's it. They will be like, you can apply through the company's website and stuff and this. That's it. But I feel it's better you connect with other people in LinkedIn rather than the face. But some events are actually happening. There are some accelerate programs, especially for entrepreneurs and stuff, where you get to meet certain things, certain people. Alumni network, I haven't so far met anyone like in an alumni meet kind of thing. But here, Georgie, the other drawback is they give much preference for the MBA students rather than the MIM students, because they take this career management in the university itself. They give a lot of preferences to the MBA because there is a 2-year course. In the 2-year course also you get a 6-month internship, and apart from that they have tie-ups with this big companies who come and take the MBAs. But for MIM, they don't take these approaches at all. So that is another challenging part here. So that's why in-person meetings is not. I have so far for the in-person meetings which I've gone, it's not very much worth, I feel so.
Understood. So can you suggest some platforms or websites wherein you can get these job listings specifically for management?
So far, LinkedIn, Indeed, Total Jobs, Read, or these things which I'm hearing. But mostly I prefer having a set of companies in mind, going directly to their website and applying. And you can just have LinkedIn for searching those companies. For example, there might be some role posted so that you can have an idea about the company, then go into the company website and apply. I prefer majorly LinkedIn and directly the company websites. But there are also Total Jobs, Read, Indeed, all these things are there. Yeah.
The next step after you apply is there is a waiting period, and how is the response rate coming in from LinkedIn and as well as in the website? You're applying, going on applying on and on.
Yeah,
How is
it's true,
the
Georgie. But
how is the interview setups
for
coming in? Yeah.
right now, to be honest, I've also literally applied for 200 companies since June. Nothing have clicked so far. Some it has gone, but at the first level itself, they ask either you don't have the prior experience, or at this point of time, we're not willing for a sponsorship, we're not okay with the visa sponsorship. I'm like, I have the graduate visa, even that eventually you would require us to sponsor, right? So we can't do that. Those kind of rejections is what I'm facing right now. But some people don't even get back, and UK is kind of very slow. So even get backing, it takes nearly 3-4 weeks and stuff. So you have to. Some people are prompt. I do accept that some people are prompt in replying. They say like, yeah, because of this, because you don't have prior experience, we met another candidate with a proper experience. Some recruiters are even friendly enough, like if you mail them, ask for a feedback, they do reply. And they do say that this is the reason exactly. So yeah, it is like a mix of everything, but majority is like it's either an unfortunately mail or you don't get any feedback.
Understood. Okay. So maybe I think we can end on the management consulting phase now. Can you explain your university life, how it was? And first question would be like, why did you choose for University of Manchester, if I'm not wrong? And then
Yeah.
how was the experience? Whether your expectation versus reality was really met after joining this
To
particular.
be honest, no, Georgie, no, not at all. The thing is that I feel even the MBA syllabus of India is far better than the MIM structure over here. Here, the way of learning is very different. They ask us to produce everything, but I feel the syllabus itself is kind of outdated. There are a lot of things coming in management course right now, but these people are still having their old textbook, like old way of they are not kind of very advanced still. Advanced as in for example, right now in a course, at least in my course, there can be certain electives necessary for today's thing, today's management world, because everywhere you go, certain key packages, be it business analytics, for example, there is a course separate as business analytics. They still have this Michael Porter way itself. Michael Porter is like, okay, the 5 concepts we have, but the real case study is not coming to picture with a realistic example. For example, in marketing course, literally I felt if these things, I just Google it, I'll get to learn with their presentations. What is what we need from the professors is literally like their experience, their reality, what they have faced, because these are all old professors. They know how the trend has changed over the time, all those things. And for example, they can also offer some additional courses if you want, like an elective, like project management is also important, because management is a generalized course where you can have multiple things as an elective. So I feel certain things is missing in there. If you ask me, is the 23 lakhs worth for my studies? I would say no. Most of the people here literally feel, Georgie, the 23 lakhs which we are paying is just an entry ticket to get into the UK for working in the UK market. The thing we learn, grasp is kind of very less. I feel so.
So I don't know if I'm asking the right question, but you suggest you did the MIS program, and you mentioned that the MBA students are getting more priorities when it comes to the interviews and things. Is it the same for the whole program as well? Whether again you mentioned on the pain point that you mentioned here was on the case study element, that they are only talking about the concepts. The professors are only, you mentioned about the five point of the Potter concept. So that is actually the theory part, and then how you apply that to a particular company is somewhere that is applying, and how it actually impacted in maybe launching a particular product in a particular market, and how was the competition analysis and things. So was it the right choice for you, or whether I think it's for the, I'm asking this for the benefit of our community here. So
would you MBA can be a right choice if we have the desired experience. Like here, MBA students at least need more than 4 years of work experience, Georgie. Because I was initially planning for an MBA only, but in the UK they at least need more than 4 years of work experience. If that is not the case, then you have to opt for a MSc course only. So it's a cramped course. It's a 1-year course with a tri-semester. So that is why I always advise people, whoever talks me for this mentoring section, if you see as MSc management, do search the syllabus structure. Not go university name is also important. I do agree, but the syllabus structure is different, right? So go by the syllabus structure. See which subject are you interested in. And if that is interesting you, then proceed with that. Here, that comes as a barrier over here. Some syllabus in some universities, the university name is not that great, but the course structure appears to be very great. People just go by that, but once they go into it, they literally don't understand. For example, I'll tell you, Aston University in Birmingham, data analytics course is business analytics course is a very good course. The course structure appears to be very wonderful, but after going there, literally I heard my friends saying nothing is useful. They are still in SPSS tool. But apart from that, right now we are having a lot more SQL has come. SQL is not the syllabus. So all these things is the contradicting point. They are like SPSS is we will teach in the college. SQL, then we have to learn it on our own. But that is not a point, right? For a business analytics course.
Right. I think SQL and Python are the primarily used.
Primary things, yeah. If that is incorporated in the syllabus structure, then that would be great. So yeah.
All right. So one last question. This is something casual that's coming in. So how was your life apart from your university, or how was your the other part of university? Did you enjoy this whole scenario, or was it highly stressful? Where you mentioned that this is a job ticket for you for UK. But did you consider in that way? And then you mentioned that you applied for 200 jobs, and again it takes time and effort in doing that. So how was that scenario happening? Like, was it interesting for you?
To be honest, Georgie, initially, apart from university life, there are a lot of things to enjoy over here and explore over here if you have the right friend set. That initially making some time, taking some effort in order to form that friends, you have to. But the thing is that people after coming here, they take a lot of time for settling themselves. They miss out these opportunities to form a proper gang. They are like, just for casual, we'll go meet, say hi, byes, and come back. They don't take an effort, like, okay, let's spend some time. Like socializing is also important and stuff.
Strong bond.
Yeah, exactly. To be honest, it really took me 6 months for coming and settling, adapting to the weather and stuff. But now everything is getting settled. Now I'm liking the life over here, but now I have to relocate because the accommodation contract ends. So now a new location, a new change means again you have to get to the change, and adjusting takes time. You will take time in adjusting while you'll not start meeting people. If after that point only you'll start meeting, right? So it's like a slow process, everything over here. But apart from that, these job applying, everything, initially it used to be very nice. We apply, we have to keep on tailoring our resumes, our cover letters, no matter what. So there will be different versions of your CVs and stuff. At one point of time, you get literally exhausted. But that is why you go down. But I would say, like, even though you go down, talk to people, let them motivate you. and then that is how you can sustain. Otherwise it's going to be very difficult facing the dejections every time. So I would not say I enjoy the process. I would say it's an okay process where we learn out of failures.
Right. Understood. Okay. So I think let's wrap up the whole session. Any final words for our community members? Anything that you have specifically in the areas that we had the conversation today?
Yeah, sure. So all on whole together, I would say UK is a very nice place actually to work, to lead a life, because there are a lot of opportunities, especially if one is aiming for IT and fintech, then UK is the best place to work. The secondary, I would say, is be prepared before you come into the UK, because people are not aware. Initially we have the tension, just finding accommodation, just finding visa, see that cash letter, everything. But they also have to focus, start spending some amount of time in the companies they want to work, in the domain they want to work, utilize those time period, and start networking right before you come into UK. That is the main advice I would say. And there might be times where it's just going to be difficult after coming here, but you can sustain. Eventually we will sustain. That is the thing I would like to say.
Everybody has to pass on that struggling phase in order
to phase. Because the other day, even I forgot her name, sorry, the person from Amazon, when she told, like, even 15 years back she applied for 150 companies. So I was like, even 15 years before she was applying, then now it's like, then you have to double the amount, right? Because the competition is increasing.
Maybe 10 times of that.
10 times of that. Yeah, true.
15 years ago.
True. Yeah. So then that's what it struck me. Okay, so 15 years back, this scenario was same. So this is the pattern in the UK. Maybe, to be honest, Georgia, I feel like, people prefer USA than UK because of this itself. Now you're having a lot of states, and in a lot of states, a lot of opportunities. But here it's like hardly 4, and most of the people only prefer England. So opportunities there are the opportunities. That's why the challenge is there. Comparatively few opportunities where many people are applying for.
One final question out of curiosity: are you part of any association? I saw in your T-shirt that you are part of Indian Association.
Oh, this is the Indian Association. Yeah, this is like after coming to Manchester, we get to meet these Indian Association groups. There are a lot of student union communities, so you can join there so that you'll have the feeling whenever there is a Gagga or Puja or yoga celebration, they put up these things. So it was a nice place where not only youngsters, but even all the Indian people in and around Manchester come and meet. So that is also one way of networking. Yeah.
Got it. Maybe I can put up a request if that's okay for you. Maybe you can also invite those people if you are connected to our community as well.
Yeah, sure. I know I'm in contact with the director, but if I can share his contact with you, you can have a direct word with him. He's very good, and he's a doctor in Manchester. Yeah.
Thank you, Raagavi. I think that was really insightful when it comes to. I think we specifically drill down on the whole career journey, because your initial phases, I think we already covered during that panel session that we had. So I didn't want to take you through that. So I wanted to take another route, and I think it was helpful for people who are there, and also we'll be recording that and then sharing it across the community once again. So and I think it will deliver more value. Thank you once again for giving the time and opportunity.
No worries. Anytime.
Sharing your knowledge. All right.
Thank you, George. Thank you for calling me today. I mean, sorry, I couldn't, the other day I was kind of busy with these things. So today I thought I'll do this. Yeah. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.